welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Janelle. I'm a manifestation coach with a bachelor's degree in psychology, and today I want to help you guys manifest dating your crush before Halloween or for Halloween or like on Halloween. So today's video is basically going to be about how to manifest a specific person on a time crunch, because what day is it today? October 10th. We have about 21 days to do this. I feel like this is like the perfect time to post this video. I was actually excited to film this video because Halloween is my favorite holiday. I'm dressed as a Victorian vampire, a bougie one too. Like, before we get into it, check out my merch if you haven't already. You can also come find me for personal coaching via Zoom or email, or come join my VIP Facebook group where we do live Q&A sessions and help each other out and more. It's a lot of fun. You can also come follow me on social media. All of the links will be down below. Now, without any further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, if you're new here, if this is your first time hearing about manifestation, you can still do it, but like you don't have a huge margin for error and you don't have a lot of time to like question what I'm saying. So just, you can still don't worry, you can still manifest. You don't even have to be aware of the law of assumption in order to be able to manifest. You manifest everything you've been manifesting your whole life. So you can still manifest your crush. By the way, SP stands for specific person. You can still manifest your crush or SP or specific person by Halloween, as long as you do what I tell you. I think everyone deserves to get their crush for Halloween. Everyone deserves to have a fun Halloween party with their crush by their side. A lot of us who have been manifesting for a long time, we have experienced manifesting a specific person at some point, especially if you were in the law of attraction community back in like 2016. You were probably super like technique oriented in the way that you went about trying to manifest the things that you wanted. And if you were there, like if you've gone through that, you know that usually what would happen is that, let's say that you were writing down your goals or doing a vision board. You would write it down, focus on it for like a week or two on and off, but like not really, and you were relying on the technique a lot, so you weren't really doing your affirmations as much as you should have been, and eventually you give up and you were like, oh, does the law of attraction even work? And 2 or 3 years later it would manifest and you were like, oh my god, maybe the law of attraction does work. Well, it's because, yes, manifestation is real, but the reason why it took you 2 to 3 years to manifest was that, I don't know, maybe within those 2 or 3 years, it could be different things. There are different factors that could have caused you to manifest it 2 or 3 years later, but it was probably, what probably happened was that within those 2 or 3 years, you grew as a person, you've developed a better self-esteem, more self-confidence, and you ended up naturally having more thoughts that were in alignment with you having your specific person, even if it was like not really on purpose because you didn't think you could manifest them anymore. But with what we know now about the law of assumption and manifesting strictly by changing your thoughts and bypassing, you know, all of those random techniques, you can do techniques if you want, but understand that it's not always a good idea to rely on techniques, especially if you're trying to manifest something fast and by a due date, okay, by a deadline. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that today, what I'm teaching you guys is how to bypass all that, okay? How to speed up the process of how we manifest something, how to speed up the process of how we change our thoughts, how to speed up the process of how we change our beliefs and our self-concept about what's possible for us, okay? Okay, so the first thing I want you guys to do, okay, is that you're going to, since you don't have a lot of time to like be in your mind and be like, oh, like, what affirmation should I do? What affirmation? I'm going to tell you which affirmations to do, and you can change them a little bit to put them more into your own words, okay? But you're going to write them down, okay? I want you to have 4 affirmations, 3 to 4, as much as you can remember, okay? But try not to do more than 4, because I don't want you to manifest this like in parts. I want you to manifest the whole thing. You're going to take out your journal or a piece of paper or whatever, and you're going to write down 2 to 4 affirmations that say that you are with your SP, okay? And you don't even need to make them about Halloween. You just need to make them about like being with your person. So let's say one of your affirmations could be, my SP and I are constantly hanging out. My SP and I are constantly hanging out, or my crush and I are constantly hanging out, or you can straight up say their name, are constantly hanging out. And I love to use words such as constantly. I love to use words such as it's normal. So like, it's normal for me to date the guys that I have crushes on. It's normal for me to date the guys that I have crushes on, okay? I want you to make the experience of dating your crush normal for you, okay? Since we're trying to manifest fast, since we only have 21 days to manifest this, we have to make sure that this experience is normal for us, okay? And we don't have 2 or 3 years to wait. We have 21 days to wait. So I want you to bypass all the, is this possible for me? I'm saying these affirmations, but they don't feel true. I don't believe them. We're going to bypass all of that by straight up implying in our affirmations that this is normal for us. We are constantly seeing our crush. We are constantly doing fun activities with our crush. Our crush is our boyfriend. This is normal. He's always texting. You use the 2 to 4 affirmations that resonate most for you. It's important that they sound natural and normal to you, but try to implement words such as always, natural, naturally, constantly. So let's say that you would say, I am dating my crush. Do you believe it? Probably not, but you don't really have time to not believe it since Halloween is in 21 days. So we're going to bypass all of that bullshit of you like not believing your affirmation and needing to repeat it to yourself for like a long time every single day for you to believe it. We're going to bypass that process. I also want you guys to do your affirmations as you're falling asleep. Every single night until Halloween, if you still haven't manifested your SP and Halloween is soon. Every single night as you're falling asleep, I want you to think of those affirmations. I've talked to you guys about this before, but the reason why I want you to do your affirmations as you're falling asleep is that when you're in a drowsy state, as you start to embody different states of consciousness, your subconscious mind is more receptive. It's more easy for your subconscious mind to absorb new ideas. Yeah, do that. And if you're not gonna do this every single night as you're falling asleep until October 1st, and you don't get your manifestation, I don't want to hear it. I don't want you to come crying to me about how it didn't work, okay? Put in the work. We're trying to manifest fast here. We're trying to manifest by a deadline. So you better be willing to fucking rock and roll and put in the work. Okay, now you guys might tell me that you don't like doing affirmations, especially as you're falling asleep at night because, you know, words, you know, especially when we're drowsy. Like, am I even going to be able to repeat my affirmations to myself as I'm falling asleep? Am I going to remember every word? Blah, blah, blah. Well, first of all, that's why I wanted you to write them down, because there's something about writing down affirmations that makes it easier for us to absorb them. But okay, still, if you guys still don't like affirmations and you don't like repeating affirmations to yourself all day every day, you can play pretend. So like, I have my vampire costume and I am imagining and visualizing myself like going to a Halloween party with like my crush, and he's also dressed up as a vampire. So in my mind, I'm like imagining that I'm sending him a text. So in my mind, I'm like imagining that I'm sending him a text. Don't actually send them a text. Just imagine that you're doing it. Like, I got us matching vampire costumes, hee, and them being like, yay, we're gonna go to a Halloween party together. Like, literally play pretend. Remember how we played pretend when we were kids? Do that now. What's the difference between doing it when we were kids for fun and doing it now for real life? So do it now. I know that you know how to do it. I know that you know how to do it, okay? Literally, like, imagine yourself being at a party and like taking a picture with your crush, like with matching, as you guys are wearing matching costumes, and like put on your costume at home and like walk around like la 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 la, and like imagine that you're like literally like with your crush at a Halloween party. So yeah, you can play pretend. The last thing that you guys can do is that you can visualize it. So a lot of you are like, oh, I don't know how to visualize. When I talk about visualization, I'm not referring to daydreaming, because in my mind, daydreaming is like effortless and something that I do all day, every day. It's not very vivid. It's not very colorful in my mind. But when I talk about visualizing, I'm referring to like either sitting down or laying down in a quiet room. Sometimes I do it in my car because my family's in my house, and you know, I love to visualize with no noise, no sounds. And then I start off like meditating. and telling myself like, wow, I'm so drowsy, because as I tell myself, wow, I'm so drowsy, I start to actually feel drowsy. And then I literally like force myself to think like, okay, I literally try to visualize in the first person point of view. You don't have to, but I like to do it. So like what I mean by visualizing first person point of view is like my eyes are my eyes, okay, except my eyes are closed, but I'm imagining like, okay, these are my hands, I can see like my hands, my eyes are my eyes, and like I imagine the scene that I'm in, if it's a house or whatever, and I try to imagine like, okay, there's a window there, there's a window there. I've manifested what people's houses look like before. Does that make sense? Like I've manifested friends, and I would visualize like, oh, I'm going to my friend's place, and then I would visualize what their house looked like, and then when I made a new friend and went to their house, I was like, holy shit. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent. And then I forced myself to incorporate my senses. So like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? Yeah. What does it look like? What are the colors like? And I tried to make the colors as vibrant as possible. And if you guys still don't know how to do that, then you can either look up tutorials on how to visualize, or you can just focus on affirmations and or playing pretend. Now, the last thing I want to let you guys know before I let you go for today is that since we're trying to manifest fast, since we're trying to manifest on a deadline, you can't allow yourself to have any contradicting / negative thought about this. Every single time that you think, is this working? Like, I'm affirming, yet I'm not seeing anything. I'm affirming, yet my SP hasn't texted me in 3 weeks. Your SP hasn't texted you in 3 weeks, not because it's hard for you to manifest him, but because you still have thoughts. He's not texting you. It's not the other way around. It's not like he's not texting you, so you think he's not texting you. It's you think he's not texting you, so he's not texting you. Switch your thinking. Just because he hasn't texted you, even if he hadn't texted you in 5 years, I don't give a shit. He can still text you. How many times have you thought of a friend you hadn't seen in many years, and then they texted you that day or the next day? If we can do it by accident, we can do it on purpose, okay? Even if you don't voice your doubts to me, your mind is gonna most likely make you think doubts. So that's okay. Just slap every mosquito, as I like to. That's the analogy that I love to use for correct every single negative thought that you have. I actually posted a short yesterday or the day before that on how to correct a negative thought, so go watch it if you don't know how to do that. You have to correct every single negative thought that you have. I think that's it for today, guys. Please let me know if you succeed at manifesting your crush before Halloween. Please let me know if you succeed at going to a fun Halloween party with your crush or whatever. Like this video if you enjoyed it, a thumbs up if it was helpful, share with anyone you think would enjoy it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so that you never miss an update. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.